Where the talk is the beats.
Where he was going down the line of, which is just a simple thing of, well, God created evil. All right, then there's a question. If God created evil, is God evil?
Yeah.
So God is evil and is good.
Yeah.
So God's like a human being in that respect.
No, greater than human being.
No, I'm not saying he's not got other powers,
How can a creator be like a human being when he's created human being?
because it has this.
And he's omnipresent
We
and
have the
he's
same
human being.
attributes.
He hasn't got the same attributes.
Well, you said he's good and bad.
We haven't got the same attributes, but due to when we
No, we have some. Do we have?
Eden, we do have some traits
Right.
of them, and when it comes to like the angels, it says like they do make us.
So we have some traits of God,
Yeah, due to Adam and Eve.
like being good and being bad,
Yeah,
being
that's
jealous, being angry.
That's true.
Yeah.
But we are nothing like that. That's not even on the same.
No, you
level.
can't say nothing like if you said we are something like.
Wait, just partly. That's just that.
Yeah.
But
I can deal with that.
partly, but that's only in one type of nation, and that's what we got to get to actually indicate that too. That's
Right.
like
And the
not-
nation is just a group of people that are in a particular geographical point.
Yeah. And we
It's
see
not. It doesn't have to be homogenous. It doesn't have to be all the same ethnicity. Egypt, as for a long time, consisted of many different ethnicities. So does England. England has many different ethnicities. We are part of that. England is not homogenous, right? But it's a nation, right? Great Britain is a nation, apparently, right? Or is it not a nation anymore because the likes of us are in it now? Or was it not a nation because I can't say because white people came in when there was already black people here? So did that stop it from being a nation? Like, what is a nation? A nation is just somewhere that is created as a geographical, political force, or a country, an ideological country of fictitious borders or created borders that symbolizes particular alliances of the people within that geographical constraint. That's what I would say. So you could have a country of black people and white people, as long as they have the same culture, like fish and chips and shit, and they have the same aim and perspective. That makes a nation. Because otherwise, it would be a tribe? But I'm assuming you could have a tribe that's different ethnicities. Like, what is a place where they're all the same ethnicity? It's like it don't exist anymore anyway. And this is where it gets difficult, and where the biblical talk gets kind of sticky, because in the biblical times you're talking about, from Nimrod and all those kind of from Adam and Nimrod, they're times that we know nothing about, which are times where they're homogenous, where you only have one type of ethnicity or two types of ethnicity, and everyone's separated. But because me and you, it's been so far away since we've been a part of that. It's very difficult for us to kind of like understand it. Now, I'm not saying that at some point it wasn't that. In fact, at some point it had to have been that.
Yeah.
It had to have been different ethnicities in different places, for real.
Of course, because that's why God even said that He made multitude of nations when He actually came from the beginning of Genesis.
What was the reason that He made multitudes of nations? For what
It's
reason?
because He can, and the thing is, He likes.
Did it 'cause He can?
And did like to them diversity.
So did God, no disrespect in the sexual capacity, did God masturbate because He can?
But why?
If people are doing
would-
things
why-
'cause they
but-
can,
but
I can name
what
any
has
silly-
masturbability got to be? Because if you really want to say
'cause he can.
masturbability, but
'Cause he can.
you can say that, but that's just the let's just get that to more of a Eurocentric.
What,
point of
masturbation is Eurocentric?
but more, because at the end of the day, when you read the Bible, it tells you that you don't have to, and the way how the
have to
Bible, you don't have to masturbate, and the way how the
No,
Bible,
but he can.
But
You don't have to do anything.
no, but that's from your perspective or your essentially, like I said. But in the
Can
Bible,
can God masturbate if He wants to?
but why
I'm asking
would
you.
you? Why would
No,
you
I'm
when you can
I'm
make
we're
a
not talking
woman?
about-
But you're God. All right. So you're
Your
telling me
perspective, God
no.
ain't got no Okay, go on.
No. That's not my perspective.
Yeah,
That's what you
to the
came with
Canaanites,
your
your God's got-
constructive,
to the
with your
Canaan-
constructive garbage. Yeah, when you talk about masturbation
Alright.
with your God. Now, if anyone was God, yeah, you would make yourself a beautiful queen like I got myself right next there, and you could do whatever you want because you're God, but you want to
Absolutely.
masturbate. So that just shows your mindset there.
No.
But anyway, because
Yeah.
God, in God's mind, in God's mind frame, He wants you to
Which
have
you know
women.
well.
Yeah, and which is very good because God will give you more women. So that's a good thing. You don't have to
Okay,
give your
what
genitalia
forget
GBH
forget
if
what
you understand
we've
what I mean.
forget
But
what
that's a good thing.
Forget what we're
Pray
getting.
God for that.
Forget what we're getting. Forget what we're getting.
Yeah.
I want to stick to what God does and why. So you said He did something. I can't remember what it was, but He did something because He can. So by that logic, you're saying God.
What do you mean He did something because He can?
What was it?
Can you just elaborate what you're talking about?
Oh yeah,
Because
that was it.
You gotta basically.
That was it.
make
Because
sure
you probably
understand
forgot as well
people
what
are talking
we was talking about. When we was
No, I haven't forgot.
Oh, you haven't
No.
forgot?
It's just
Oh,
that
yeah,
we've talked about
Don't
a
worry about it.
diversion of two different things.
I'll
but-
drop it anyway.
but
You said
please.
you said He made different nations and different people, right? And I said, why did He do that? And you said, because He can.
Yeah.
Which is a nonsensical answer. It doesn't explain.
How is it a nonsensical?
It's a non.
Okay.
Sorry, I take that back. It's
No,
a-
wait. No.
I take that
Please
back.
do not take that back.
No, I have to.
Oh,
Because that's not what I meant. It's not what I meant.
If you are God,
It's a non.
and
Hold on.
you can make
Now you can
angels,
explain on something
you
that I've
can
taken
make
back.
the planet.
Look.
you
See?
can make the
Which would be a
waters,
straw man. Which would be a straw
you
man.
can make
Because it's not my
tornadoes.
argument. I'm saying
You
a
understand? Oh,
non-
because we're talking about from eschatology
Don't be
point of view.
frightened.
So no.
So hear me out.
It's not
Don't be
frightening.
frightened. It is,
I'm just
because
talking
you
about
don't
your
want me to-
limited way of perception of
No,
God. When
I said I made
when
a
you look at the
mistake.
way the world looks,
I said
it's very.
I said I've made a mistake. So what you should say is, okay, well, what did you mean, Nate? So then you can combat whatever I am saying, not what I'm not saying. If you're gonna combat what I'm not saying, that's fear to me, because you have to deal with the issues I am saying. So I'm gonna say not nonsensical, but non-explanatory.
But how was that Okay, you're talking about non-explanatory. Okay, but I really just gave an
beg you shut the
explanation.
door.
So
One second.
okay.
Taku, I beg you shut the door, please.
Okay, let's just talk about the world today. So we have physics. We have let's just say
hold on, 'cause you've just-
no,
you've
wait,
just
wait,
stopped-
wait,
you
no,
blocked me from-
wait.
you blocked me
Wait.
from the point I
Let's
was
just
making.
but let's just show you.
You're gonna run somewhere else. I want you to answer a question. I
Oh.
started with a question.
No,
Right?
I'm not.
I started with a
no,
question.
okay.
You said God made people different. What I'm saying to you is why.
did.
I asked you why, and you came with a non-explanatory reason, which was.
But you never asked that because you
I
changed
said
that.
why.
But now
No,
you did.
That's
But
not what I
okay.
said. That's not what I said. I changed.
No, come
why.
on, he didn't. But we got it on tape. But that's okay. But now you explain that. But of course, he made some nations to be our servitude.
That's
and
not.
I'll say that straight. And we can read that biblically as well.
That's-
How he made Edomites.
That's not my
how
point.
he made Ishmael.
That's not my point.
How he made, let's say, Magog. How he made
Why?
even the Canaanites.
Why?
It's because he wanted to make one
No,
people
you said it's
rise.
because you can. No. At the time, are you changing your answer now?
No. Why do I have to
changed
change the
mine.
answer? We just talking about.
Because you've gone
we don't
from-
have to go
because
back.
he
It's just
can.
because you're not making. I'm answering your question. It's okay.
It's not my point.
It's all
No,
right.
wait, wait.
No.
It's
I'm
not my answer,
answering
it's
your
your
question. I'm answering your question, and now you're just.
So my
talking-
answer is why did he make different people? Go for it.
Did-
I'm going to be polite and answer the question and sit back and listen to you answer the question.
Let me go again.
So why did he? So
Let
why
me go
did he?
again.
So why did he create the different people? I'm going to listen respectfully.
Right. Because he wanted one nation great, yeah, and that was the actual line of Shem, and that was due to what when Moses had to go through and certain. I'm so sorry, not Moses, Noah, and then he chose a certain line. Then he made Ham, and then he made Japheth, and he made them do different nations and made them have different customs and everything. But they'll still have to follow one. But yeah, he chose one line, and he made sure that one line can go over, and then he ruled over. When we read the Bible, all we see is the Yahweh giving other people certain lands, but then when he wanted to give it to Jacob's sons or Abraham or Moses, when he was taking them out of Egypt, he made them have lands, and he made sometimes it was bloodshed, sometimes massacre. Even with King David, he was showing like that all this earth is inherited for us. And that's the
Let me know
possession.
when I
of
can.
all-
Let me know when I can.
everything
when
in the
I can-
possession of
Let me
earth
know
is
when I
for
can
us.
come in because
and
if
I
you
can
talk
show
too
you
long,
biblical. No.
Or me, if I talk
I
too
didn't
long,
talk too long. You was talking long, and I didn't interrupt you. But now that just shows your level of respect, and you can't really converse. But that's fine with me. That's fine with me because did you hear me just listen to you?
I just
Look,
sat
she's
quiet.
there, innit?
Hold
Did
on.
you see that?
No,
How is he
don't
talking?
worry about that,
No, but how can you sit quiet while you're interrupting?
No, I was
And
just
I'm trying to explain.
I was.
Please, you know what, Queen? Can you tell him how to conversate, please?
I'm ready to stay quiet. I just wanted to say, let me know when I can come in, because and here's why.
You come in when the person's finished. It's alright. Like I said,
So-
I will help you converse. I'll help you how to conversate.
We have to create the rules of engagement because otherwise it gets a bit messy. So what I was going to say was, let me know when I can come in. But if none of us talk too long, because if we come in with 20 points that are all different, unless we've got a pen and paper to write each point, we are gonna be lost. So you want to do the pen and paper thing, yeah?
I got pen, paper,
All right.
and I got
So
the box.
fair enough.
Yeah.
So I'll let you do that then. So now I'll get my pen and paper. You do yours. And what we'll do is we'll go over 20 points, and then when the other person answers, they'll have to address those 20 points, and then they're gonna be 20 points off those 20 points, and that's why we have to be. It should, to my understanding, it should be short, sweet retorts. Yeah, to each other's arguments, so it's clear and concise. If we go on a bit too long, it gets a bit complicated. But I'll do we'll do that. 1 second, let me get a pen and paper, and then I'll let you finish before I answer that. I don't know what them lot were doing with it. Man music business. Right, so you finish on because that was what I wanted to say. I don't mind waiting till you're done.
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Oh yeah, your points were.
But I can show you scripturally instead of like just talking what I'm saying. Because
I don't want proof.
no.
I'm not asking
But
for
why?
proof. I'm not-
But I think it's better to elaborate. Basically, what I'm saying, instead of me just saying that from a point, because you know, from Christians, most of they just give you
No,
opinions, innit?
using the Bible to prove is not elaborating; it's substantiating, right?
Ah, okay. It's
No, that's what it is.
substantiating, but you.
I don't need you to substantiate at this point. I just wanted to know why. Now, if I don't believe you,
but the
if I
best
don't believe
way,
you, if I don't believe
but
you,
the best way
then I
is
would
to
say-
give it from the Bible, though.
I'm not
But
asking-
why wouldn't you
I'm
want
not
to
asking
hear
you
that from
'cause I'm
the
not
Bible?
Because I'm not disputing what you say.
Okay.
So if I
Okay.
was disputing it, then you can
Okay.
read it and say, well, look,
Okay.
it says it in here, and I'm going to read it to you. I'm not even disputing. I'm just
Okay.
asking why,
Okay.
right? And it's moved so
Where
far.
do you want that information to come from?
I want it to come from his head, as in
So,
why he
like-
understands.
But
For okay, yeah.
Because I believe that he's got that from the Bible. I'm not questioning. I'm not.
You're wondering for his own personal
Yeah.
reasons.
I don't
why-
question that he
why
ain't got that from the
he
Bible.
say-
Yeah, when I don't think it's in the Bible, I'll say, hey, I don't think that's in there. Show me it's in there. At the moment, I'll take everything he's saying as being in there. I'm fine with that because to me, I understand about interpolations and that people have input things inside the Bible. So when I'm ready to go down that line of, well, how do you know that's part of the original script? I'll go down that line. At the
You
moment,
want to know his understanding of why he believes that.
say that again.
I said you want to know his understanding.
Yeah, I just want to know his rationale. So.
Okay.
All I was saying was, I think I asked the question why, yeah, and why did he create
in
more
your
than one?
opinion?
Yeah. Well, why, in his opinion, yeah, or from the from your interpretation, your opinion based on interpretation, why? Forgive my block nose, but why did it? Because obviously God's not a man or a woman, so why did it?
man,
create-
and I
So
can
God is a
blatantly
man.
show you that from.
So
the
God's got a
scriptures
penis
as
and
well.
testicles.
Well, it's
Here we go.
if we'd wanted to.
So it's a
but
good
say down
it's a
is
digression,
true.
but it's a fantastic digression. If he wants to argue that God's got a penis and testicles, it'd be fantastic. Let me be quiet in here.
Must have, but it's not like
Must
I can
have.
say. But like, you can just say from scripturally, from Moses looking back, he says that he's seen the back of the Father when he was speaking to him when he was getting his scripture from Mount Sinai.
God's got a penis and testicles.
Well, if we're getting on that route, if you want to be just
That's
childish
what
or
makes a man,
whatever.
right?
Yeah. Okay. So if we even look at the world today's status, isn't that due to mostly masculine, more, or let's just say more man dictated ship of the world? So if it was more feminine, why is it more masculine?
No, feminine and masculine is attributes of character.
No, but I'm talking about actually. If you're talking about masculine and feminine, it's just attributes of character. We're talking about government, and let's talk about democracy. Let's talk about holding establishments, holding power of empires, and isn't it always the king over the queen? Why is that always been established from ancient times and
No,
everything?
it's not.
But it is. So tell me which one is not. Even from Egyptology, let's go.
I'd be happy to do that. It's not
Even from Kemet, let's go.
It's not always. And what I would say is, if you'd have said to me, majority of the time, it's men over women, I would agree with you. But it's not always. So you have to choose your words wisely with me, my brother. So
That's
a lot-
always. Well,
a
that's
lot of
always.
the time,
But
let me answer the question you asked me. A lot of the times, you have female kingdoms or queendoms, whatever you want to call it. Well, actually, a prince or a king actually used to refer to women as well. So, for example, the Queen of Sheba. There was no man dominating her. She was the ruler of all her stuff. And if you check it out, her empire actually included Solomon's empire. So she was a mighty queen. So what I'm saying is, there are empires, males do dominate for real. They're the majority. But every now and then, this is how I know women are smart enough, because they've proven themselves to be smart in the past. Every woman doesn't have to be smart for me. Only a certain amount of women have to be smart for me to know, oh, okay, well, that's something that all women can have, right? So my answer to that would be, whether God's a man or woman. To be fair, I've met a lot of Christians that say, Hebrew Israelites, whatever, that say, you're right, it's genderless. It says in the Bible, I would say, in the script, in particular scriptures, it would say there's no gender attributed to males, to God as a male or female. If you attribute a sex, it's not gender, it's a sex, right? When you say he or she, right, you're arguing the transgender argument, which is it could be a man because it's masculine. Masculine doesn't actually mean the male of the sex. The male of the sex is when you say he or she, you're talking about genitalia. Unless you're a transgender supporter, in which when you say he or she, you don't really mean genitals. So when you say he to me, I'm not into the transgender thing. That makes no sense to me. So I'm talking about dick and balls, ovaries and vaginas. Yeah, your biology determines what sex you are. If you want to talk femininity and masculinity, to me, a god, and the God that you're talking about, which is a God with a capital G that encapsulates everything, would be.
it's not no God with no capital G. It's Yahweh.
Yahweh, but
More Hebraic.
But you know what I mean by that. What I mean by that is a God that encompasses everything. So that God would have to be yin and yang, masculine and feminine, male and female. To me, why? Because everything on this planet that it's created is yin and yang. And I would go even further. Everything in this planet is yin and yang that it's created, right? If it's a dude, it created the opposite to itself that don't exist in its realm, or let's say it's a guy. So you got a guy that's created the opposite side that doesn't exist at his level, yeah? So he has no queen. But everything underneath him has counterparts and has a queen and a king. Everything in biology. But sometimes those entities only have queens. There's no kings. So God as a man, you're telling me, created everything underneath it. It created nothing but him. So he's the only thing there at the top. And then underneath that pyramid, you have male and female, and sometimes you only have female. You don't only have male. That shows me that if anything, if we have to pick one sex to be the most fundamental, it's got to be women. Because they're the ones that actually don't need the male biology in all cases. They need it in many, but not all. Some species are is it asexual, or they breed due to parthenogenics, which is they self-reproduce. Yeah? And I'm not talking about like seahorses where the males give birth because they still need the male and the female. It's still
And
yin and yang.
I'm glad because you knew I was about to
but-
come with the seahorse, don't
Yeah,
you?
but I'm glad I made that irrelevant.
And I'm glad 'cause you know I was about to come with the seahorse.
Yeah, but you couldn't have because it's irrelevant because
And I was
that's
just
still
about
a
to
yin and a
say-
yang. And you're arguing against the yin and a yang at God's level. You're saying there's only a man at the top.
No, I was just gonna be just messing about, like just talking about because you're just talking about animal, human anatomy, and like you know what I mean. And like if you're talking about gender, what are you talking about? Are you talking about Are you talking about a woman or are you talking about an animal?
No, I'm asking the question.
Are you talking about? I'm asking you a question. Are you talking about a woman can do that, or are you talking about an animal?
I'm talking about the female of particular species. It's got nothing to do with human beings.
Venus species, right? Thank you. Give him the eyebrow. Species of what? Is it human or is it animal?
God's creations.
Oh, see what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Please.
Hold on, don't try
Can
what.
you hear the British girls?
Did you hear what I said? Are you listening?
British
Let me say it
girls.
one more time.
Wait, wait. No, but please.
You don't understand what I'm saying, so rather
No,
than
no,
get able to clarify,
No,
or
I
elaborate,
do.
you're
I
gonna
do know
move
what
on
you're saying because
without
you just
understanding.
because
Now
you
we're
just
talking over each
no,
other. Now we're talking
one
over
minute.
each other.
You just
I'm
tried
really
to
quiet.
you just tried to change that and tried to make that into an elaborate joke by just saying like, oh yeah, a species or no. I was saying, is it human or is it animal? You didn't even clarify
Did I
that
answer
point.
the question?
Did you answer it?
Did I answer the
Did it
hold
go
on.
around it or did it go around the question?
Did I answer the question?
Said female as a species.
Right. So I answered the question.
These are the species of what?
So
Human
he
or
said human
or
animal.
Female.
Did I answer the question?
On a whole, you mean female.
Huh?
You're not specifying whether it's human.
So let me say
You're
it
not
again.
specifying if it's human
But you stop it.
or you're not specifying if it's human or animal.
So you asked me the question, now and then I'll answer it.
Oh Jesus!
No, answer
You already know the question.
because I don't want
Answer it.
I don't want us to talk over each other. I don't want us to talk over
1
each
minute.
other.
Answer it. You already know the question.
Right. So the question is, to my understanding, you're saying, is that a woman or the other types of species of animal? Yeah.
Yeah, you're saying as a species on a whole.
No. Here's the question I asked. All right. I tell you what I'll do.
Take it out of the bin.
I'll allow you to repeat the question I asked, because I don't think you remember.
Why are we just going around?
And this is the problem. If he doesn't remember the question I answered, then it's flawed in his response. Say that again. No, but do you remember what it was that I asked?
You was asking whether.
Oh my gosh, he
No,
asked you.
let her answer. Because I want to hear. You can sit down and talk.
Because all the kids going around is the same question, and there's so much questions that we can ask, and you're just going
I
around the
only
same
asked
question,
one.
and you weren't even
You
answering
didn't listen to my
you're just
question.
going around
He
it.
went
So
on.
is it
He
what you're
answered my
saying,
question
human
with a
or
different
animal?
question and didn't
Is
even
it
have the respect to
human
answer my
or
question.
animal? I've answered all your
No.
human or
So what was the
animal?
answer? Before you asked me that question, what was the answer to my question?
I answered your question.
What was the answer?
You were specifying that women are supposed to be.
No, what was the answer? What was your answer to my question? In fact, what was my question?
You were just basically going on like just women can just like
What-
reproduce.
what
women-
was
and
my
women-
question?
And women can like go and so yeah.
What's my question?
So, my question is to you. My
So you're
question
not
is to
gonna.
you.
So say I'm not gonna answer your
My
question,
question
then.
is to you.
See, not gonna answer my
Is it
question.
human
I'll answer
or
yours
is
now.
it animal?
I answered that and I said
Can women
it was.
breed-
Listen,
Can women procreate
I answered
by
that.
themselves?
I answered that.
Can women procreate by
No,
themselves?
no. You see that straight answer I gave you.
Thank
See that
God.
straight answer I gave you.
Is it human?
Can you do the same
Is
thing
it
for me?
Human or animal?
Animal. I said that before.
Done. Jesus.
What's
Christ.
done? So if you can answer, if you can tell me what my question was and relate how that's finished based on you asking me whether is it a woman or another of the animal species, if you can relate those two together, I'm with you. You had me. So go for it. You got the floor.
This is just sick.
This is a wicked question.
This is too
seconds.
So remember what I asked it?
This is 2 seconds.
What was the question
This
I
is 2
asked?
seconds. This is 2
And
seconds.
show me how it's relevant to his question that he asked me without answering mine, that it needs to be a woman, it needs to be related to the women of the species, not any other species of animal. So relate those two together, and then you've got me. Because at the moment, I can't connect the two, so I just asked you a question. And you've not
Okay.
even answered it.
So how does it relate to the question what you're saying? Because what are you trying to say that you just because a woman? No, I haven't even answered you the question. Oh my gosh, you don't even make sense. Wait. Just
Start
wait.
with my answer.
Just
Start with
wait.
the
Just
answer.
wait. Just wait.
Start
Just
with the
wait.
answer and
Just
then
wait.
explain
Just
why.
wait. Just wait. Yeah. So when it comes to the species, yeah, of the woman, yeah.
You're sticking to your thing now.
No, wait, because you're not even making sense. That's a joking thing about it.
Okay.
So yeah,
So ask me to clarify where I'm coming from then, if I don't.
can you please clarify that? Because you're just basically talking about an animal
Clarify
that can
with
just
what?
procreate by itself,
Clarify with
and
what?
now, yeah, just because an animal can procreate by itself, yeah, can any human being or any woman function by itself? Because even Queen Sheba even had King Solomon.
That's a human being.
As a human being, because we actually are talking about a human being, and I don't know how you switched from talking about a man world, yeah, when we're talking about a man, mostly a man list as a man world, yeah, where we have mostly man empires, there's mostly kings in every mostly empire, there's mostly men that run businesses of CEO businesses. We're talking about it's mostly men that have military power or most everything. Now it's a bit changed due to of the women's rights, what it did in World War One, of when they used to do things and pick up and make gun shells, and then they used to have to work for the women, and we had to work because the men was off to war and everything. But I'm telling you, yeah, the whole point was mostly in this world, yeah, it is mostly men dominated. We can even go from Rockefeller, we can go from Mark Zuckerberg, we can even go from Rothschild, we could even go from even Zingerberger. You get my point? No, exactly. So this is what my whole point is. So if it wasn't this world, and if it was more, let's just say you're saying it's more woman or anything like that, that was most prominent. Why is it more? So why? No. It is. You have to ask me. But how is it? Yeah, that mostly is the entity in this world that mostly predominantly makes that, and then.
I didn't even understand that question. What was that question? Simplify the question.
How come there's an entity that mostly makes a male masculinity predominantly ruled in this world?
So your question is, why did God make men?
No, your question. We need to clarify your question because your question was going on. You answered me when I answered you, and I said to you, yeah, about it's mostly a masculine in world, yeah. You came with me. But there was empires made by Queen Sheba, which I fully agree with.
Did I agree? No.
Yeah, fully agree
made a
with
mistake.
I fully agree with you. There's even Queen's Victoria,
You made a mistake.
and there's on Mary Queen of
I
Scots.
cleaned up your statement and said,
No,
most, not all.
But even through Mary Queen of Scots and even all the other different ones, they always had more men predicators over them.
So we agree then.
No, there was a
That's
obviously
saying the same thing.
Listen, this is what
That's
we need.
saying the same thing. So then, why did my statement differentiate between what was the difference between mine and yours?
There is a difference. I'm trying to say that mostly
so what was it?
is mostly a man-dominated world. Now,
I
I'm not
agreed.
saying,
Agreed.
and I'm
Where's
not
the disagreement?
But I will not disagree that we don't need women, because end of the day, yeah, that's why Yahweh
I don't think that's
made
what you're
that.
saying either. So we agree.
Right. You know what I'm
Where's the
saying? Yeah.
disagreement?
But this is what we're just trying to clarify. So if we have to go answer
It's not
your
what I'm
question,
it's not what I'm trying to.
if you're trying to answer your question, basically talking about how an animal can reproduce by itself, and then a woman can what?
That's not my question.
Oh, but that's what you used as your answer that made me laugh. That was your answer though. And that's why I even had to answer you with that question to say, are you talking about a woman that can procreate, or are you talking about an animal? And you came with what?
And I answered the question, right? I answered your question.
And now I had to get
So
back
could
to
you
us
answer my
onto
question,
that.
please? You know, if we answer each other's questions, I swear, I pray, it will be way easier. If you answer mine and I answer yours, it'll just be the same way I just said yes or no to your answers. If you could do that first and then elaborate on why you making that choice, I swear it'll be so much easier. Because we've forgotten, you have forgotten my question completely.
I haven't forgot your question.
Okay, so tell me what my question is.
I just answered you. Oh,
no, I didn't say what's your answer to my question. I said what was my question.
Why are we going? You know what?
Because
just repeat your question.
Right, okay, I'll do that.
Repeat your question.
Right, I'll do that. So what I'm trying to say to you is, it was a why question. Like everything to do with this religion stuff, it's going to be a why question. So I'll get straight to the point. So why did a man, if God is a man, because to my understanding, God is genderless. Not genderless. God is sexless. Let me correct myself there. It's not genderless, because gender just means your mentality, masculine, femininity. And that's to do. I'm talking about gender. So when you say a man, I'm talking about penis and testicles. When you say a woman, I'm thinking ovaries and vaginas. That's the way my mind's thinking, based on the science and the representation that we have. I'm not into the transgender thing. So a woman is somebody without a penis and testicles. So when you say that God is a man, when you say he, anyone you say he to me as
is a he. That's what I've already said.
Is an organism of the human species that has a penis and testicles. That's a man. Would you say that's correct or not?
How? How is that correct?
No. I'm saying anyone that we attribute to be described as a he is someone that is.
How can it be human?
Let me just finish that statement.
If he's all omniscient and he can tell prophesied saying.
I'm not talking about God. Listen to what I'm saying, Anton.
You're talking about the gender of Yahweh and God. No, Nathan, you're going west. You're going west. You just said
remind him
you are going west.
Remind him it's not gender. Remind him that. Because I swear that I repeated, it's not gender, it's sex. So you're not listening to what I'm saying. That's what listen to what I'm saying.
But even when I'm saying gender, you know what I'm referencing to. So why are you trying to use that as your straw man? You're going round in circles, and you know what? Say the honest truth, Nathan. You're not making sense. I've already answered your question, and I've already clarified to you that I've said it's a he. And now you've gone back to the same question, and tried to tell me that some people have
asked the question
a different.
I haven't asked the question yet. I haven't even asked it yet.
Hey, even Leanna's.
Okay.
So 1 minute. No,
let Leanna ask. What was my question? I haven't got to it yet.
No, you have got to answer. You just answered the question.
So you forgot. Do you remember what the question was?
Is God, a man, or is he a woman?
Nope.
And you said he was genderless.
I've asked that.
You said from different things. You said he was genderless. And I already answered, and I said he's a him.
Oh, wait. Yes, he answered that, and he said he thought he was a he.
And you just said, is he a human? And I just said to you, no way near.
How can God be a human?
You just said.
No, I didn't say he's God a human. No, I didn't say that.
You said, if he's got a man, you defined. Thank you. You defined. Continue. You're just going to shoot yourself in the head. Continue. Yeah? So tell me where I'm going wrong.
I defined what I thought a man was, and this is why we can't say that God is a he.
But I can say that. Because Moses said that.
Listen,
Isaiah said that.
If you're not going to hear
a whole lot of people said that.
And this is where we miss.
And Jesus says, our Father.
I'm going to listen to everything you say.
Everything we say, our prayer, we say, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Why do we always...
A man, right?
Correct.
A father's a man and a he, right?
Correct.
I'm listening to everything he says, because if you listen, you can understand his argument, and then you can either agree or disagree properly. If you don't listen to it, you'll disagree on stuff you don't understand because you're not even listening to the point. So I'm going to sit back. When you're ready for me to explain and ask the question, which I haven't done yet, I will do it. But we can't talk over each other. We can, but it's going to make it more difficult. If you please allow, and I'll be, because my problem is I'm long-winded. My problem is I'm long-winded. Let me be really quick.
No, you keep repeating the same questions over and over again. I've answered your questions, and like I said, I could even give you scripts. I've even answered and even told you the reason why I say that, because Moses
was my question? If I've repeated it over and over, did you understand what the question was?
Okay. You asked me if God was a man, yeah, and this is the whole point.
No, you
There's no
answered
point.
that. No, but you've answered that. You said he was a man.
I know, and you
said it was
gave
a
me the
he.
definition.
So
then you
so
gave
I
me the
asked-
definition of a man.
No. So I asked you a question which you've forgotten. Both of you have forgotten this question, right? And
my days.
and
Okay,
as I'm
go on.
building up to the question,
All right, build up to your question. No, you know what? No,
I'm not even building up.
no,
I'm
no,
just gonna get straight to the question.
no, please, go to the question,
Yeah, let me get straight to the question.
please.
When
Let me
you
go
said-
over here. Just go straight to the question.
When you said God was a man, I said to you, why would a man create underneath itself? It created itself on its level, only a man. Underneath itself, because that's the top of the pyramid, underneath itself, it created everything else to be yin and yang, male and female. Right? That's what I said. So why would God do that? And in other circumstances, it created it to where only the females procreate. Why would a man at the top create other things underneath it, all things, to need a male, a male and a female, and in some circumstances they would make it to where the male's obsolete. Why would a male do that? That was my question.
It's because he's good and evil. He's good.
Good and evil. It's got nothing to do with wrong and right.
He is loving.
It's
He is
that-
faithful.
No,
God
we're
has
talking
an
about
equal-
biology.
equal average.
No, it's nothing to do with good or bad. I'm not saying it's good or bad.
It's emotional, and also it's to do with emotional attachment. Obviously, the reason why we have emotion, because obviously
You've
the
just
outward
misanswered the
emotion-
question.
No, I haven't
Hello.
misanswered
One
the
second,
question.
one second.
How have I
Hello.
misanswered the question?
Hello?
You're right. I'm just in the middle of a cast. Talk to me.
Okay, alright. No, cool. I was just gonna see how this is.
What? Is it more time?
Pardon?
Is it more time?
What does that
Have you
mean?
ran out?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. You just want to know what
No,
time?
I'm just gonna do a couple more jobs and then I'm off.
Yeah, do that, and when you finish, then when you finish, yeah, when you say that again. The what? Oh, joking. Oh shit. Okay. Well, let me know anyway. Please let me know. When these jobs are done. Okay, all right then. Well, shout me, message me when that's done, and then I've got an idea of when I can roll out. Yeah. And save some for me. Save some, please. I can't hear the laughter. Bring you a yard. Listen, save some of them for me. That's all I'm gonna say. Save some for me. But you're on camera. I'm on camera chatting to you right now. That's what I'm saying. You should, rather than being here, next time you need to be here. Yeah. All right. Just save some for me, man. I'll be back soon. See you in a bit. All right. Yeah. Right, come back, massive and cool. Come back. So, before I forget what was happening.
So you were just talking about why would God make man and woman and if
Why would a God that's a man that's a he?
Yeah.
To me, a he means a man, right? I'm not saying it's human. I'm not saying that. I'm saying a he.
But you did say that before, and we have got that on
No,
camera.
no,
You did try and
you know-
define it.
You know, if you ask me this, I can answer you, and I can say, nah, that's not what I mean. I mean penis and testicles. If you ask me, I can answer the question. I love answering questions. But when you run somewhere, I can't deal with it. So what I'm saying to you is, follow my logic, because we have to do this together.
Of course, brother, no, of course.
A he to me, when you say he, Yahweh Shah is a he, to me that means an entity, whatever it is, a being, whatever it is, with a penis and testicles. Because if it hasn't got a penis and testicles, why the hell are we calling it a he?
Yeah, we have an image.
So,
You have an image.
yes,
Because he to you means
this is how we speak as human beings, right? Right. So that's why I say it, because when we say it as human beings, it's genderless, it's sexless.
yeah, but if you go from evidence from the Bible and he says he,
Yeah.
then
No, it doesn't say he. It says he in English. It doesn't say he. It doesn't
It
say
does.
he.
It does
It says
say
he. Okay.
And you and even when we say our prayers.
Okay.
Look
Okay.
how we always say our
bear
Father.
Because bear in mind, in the Hebrew or Aramaic, it's talking about Elohim, right?
Yeah, Alex,
so
this
when,
is
So when
true.
they say so when they say these things, they're not taking into consideration the actual things that the interpretations are saying. But not only that,
What does Yahweh mean in Hebrew? He will say
don't know.
Yahweh Shai, he will save it. Yeah, he will say.
Is that what it means? He will save.
He.
Okay.
He.
And all things come from Adam, apart from Lilith, right? Apart from Lilith?
No.
Apart from Yahweh Shai? Does Yahweh Shai come from Adam?
No,
Hold
it
on.
doesn't come from Adam. It comes from Mary,
You
and we
made a
know that from
statement
human. No,
saying
no.
all things come from Adam. That's not true.
No.
Right?
That's.
Lilith don't come from Adam. Yahweh Shai don't come from Adam. The angels don't come from Adam. Yeah? No, but I like your input though. But
No, because she. Thank you, baby. No, sorry, baby. No, I got you. No, I love you,
I don't
baby.
think you have got it.
I love you. No.
Anyway.
It's just that you haven't read this. So I love you, baby. No, nothing comes from Adam. All comes from
Nothing comes
Elohim.
from Adam.
Elohim. Elohim. And so the other
Adam.
was Yahweh. Yahweh.
Yeah,
It comes from Yahweh.
Elohim is not one entity.
Pardon?
Elohim is not one entity.
But that is just
See, when you
the Arabic. That is just the Arabic way of saying it, though.
No.
We all understand,
No,
yeah. But
E-
yeah,
this is what E means in English. It means an S. If
that's
you-
in
if you-
English.
if
Are you trying to put English with Hebrew?
English comes from Hebrew. It's from the lineage of linguistic lineage.
Yeah.
So
English
hold on.
comes
Let me say my
from
point.
Hebrew, but is that the original Hebrew?
If I don't say my point,
Well, hasn't English got Latin, and hasn't it got Germanic, and hasn't it got Anglo-Saxon, and hasn't it got France, and hasn't it got Spanish, and hasn't it got? Tell me where I'm going wrong here.
if I can't explain my point,
And Romans as well. So we got to think about the Roman conquest as well, or the Spanish.
Roman is
Armada.
not a language.
Okay.
Yeah. If I can't explain my point,
Okay.
if I can't explain my point, how are you gonna retort my point? If I can't get it out, yeah. Roman is not a language. You're about Latin, but I hear where you're coming from. So I am in Hebrew. I think it's Hebrew. Don't quote
No,
me.
you said it was from English. Don't try.
No, Elohim is not an English word.
I know it's not. I'm saying it's the Arabic
Right, so
word,
why don't you-
and there's another to
So
be
you know what
from
you should have done?
Hebrew.
So you know what you should have done?
No,
You
I'm
should have
doing
stopped
the
me
right
there.
thing.
So you should have stopped me there and says, "Are you saying that's English name?" And I would have said,
I already
"No."
did that.
No, you didn't ask me that.
So no,
You just-
I
you
already
just-
did that.
you
No,
named-
I've already taped you.
you
I
named-
already
you
did
named
that.
all these different languages rather than just asking.
No.
You
I
decided to
already,
say
I
Greek
stopped you.
and the
I
Hebrew
stopped
and
you. No, I've already dealt with you. There. No, sorry, I've already gone over that.
All right, so what's my
But-
point? So what's my point then?
But
If you know what I'm gonna say, what am I doing that for?
I can't even understand why you even put
So
in
why don't
English
you
with
wanna-
with
so
the
why don't you-
Hebrew. That
so-
don't even make
so Why
sense.
don't you want to hear me out?
That's a straw man argument.
All right, if you don't want to hear me, I want to hear you.
No.
You explain your point.
No. Please explain your point, because I wasn't trying to stop you from explaining your point.
You are exactly
But
stopping me.
no. Please explain your point from the English,
I'd love to.
from the Hebrew. Even though the Hebrew is the original text, and it's not even
It's
the
not
same.
original, but still.
How is it not? Okay, should we go into
Let's not
linguistics?
No, let's stick to the point.
Shall we go into
first.
linguistics?
We can do, but write it down, and that's the subject
Okay.
that we can come to. Liana,
Okay.
at least back me on that. We should
Okay.
move point at a
Okay.
time, yeah?
Okay. All right.
Let's not
So-
digress.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry. True.
So let me just say
Sorry,
this.
sorry.
I am, right? And
Hmm.
you can check this out. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. I am is the Hebrew for plurality. You know what I mean by plurality?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. You know what I mean by plurality? Right. So today we just put, in England, we put an S on something.
Yeah, to
for
make it more
plurality.
to make it more than
Right.
what it is. Yes, I know what it is. Go on.
So the God, God in the Hebrew language would have been Allah, and then the Eem makes it plural. So when it says, and it even says in plain English, even though I think there's mistranslations, it even says, "Let us make man in our image." That's two pluralities, after our likeness. So it's not making sense to me. It makes perfect sense. The Bible is saying, at least the way they've interpreted it, that it's plural.
That's the angels, though.
It's-
That was the angels.
Didn't
What
say
you was
that.
talking.
Well, Elohim.
Okay. This is where you.
Okay, so the angels are gods, right? Is that what you're saying?
They're mini gods,
Fine.
but
No, that's
gods,
fine.
but gods.
I'm happy with that.
But gods is
I'm happy with that.
We can even interpret it from the Egyptian point of view. Didn't they use men as gods and women, and they even use the crocodile, and we
Nope.
can even to the wind.
Nope.
Oh,
Because they're personifications.
They're personifications
That's
of
correct.
what, Nay?
Of what?
Or personifications of what?
Of nature.
Of nature, and what was they put in the nature as, Nay?
They was personifying it.
As deities and what, Nay?
He's answering my questions. He's answering them for me. You either want me to answer or you can answer it for me. If
Sorry,
if you're going to answer them, you answer them.
Okay. So, all right. So sorry, but can you just agree with me? Yes or no?
Can I agree? He's asking me to agree with it.
Is it
Why-
yes or no?
Do you want to know my opinion?
They put it as gods.
No,
No.
I can explain to you because we said it the other day. Was it last night or the night before? Anyway, in Egypt, with the Kemetic understandings, they're the only civilization that I'm aware of, and I may be incorrect, but they're the only civilization that I'm aware of that within their philosophies have personifications and attributes and these things that we refer to as God. Everyone else refers to them as gods, but they have just personifications of what's it called, astrotheology. So they would see the sun in the sky. They know the sun is the sun, and it ain't a god the way we see gods. It's just personified into a tale. So they're the only people I know that don't take it literally. They don't take the personifications literally. They see them as being metaphors, and they know that God, they know Ra isn't an actual dude fighting Seth, which is the moon, the dying of the sun. They know it's a process. All the other religions, to my understanding, they've mixed up the literal and the metaphorical. So they've mixed up Jesus, which is the sun, with a human being who walked on. This is why the dude walked on water, because the sun walks on water. But I don't want to digress. So the answer is, Elo is
Even though there's many documentations of actually talking it from actual people, from Julius Caesar and Pontius Pilate and Apocalypse.
Julius Caesar,
Do you know what I mean?
who
'Cause
believed in Zeus and Zeus is Ra, by the way.
No, wait. And let's get into that, because the Greek mythology, they did believe in Zeus
You should
and
finish that subject
Cronus.
first, but let's move on. Then.
No, and everything like that. No.
What's Kronos mean? Do you know what Kronos means?
Time.
It's the sun.
Of the time, yeah.
Cronus
we know
is the
this
sun.
The Cronus of the time, yeah. We know.
Because it's the coronas are the things that come out of the sun.
Son, yeah.
The Greeks and the Romans just copied off the Egyptians, but they
Yeah,
didn't understand. But they didn't understand what they were dealing with, because the Egyptians were just too advanced. And by the time the Greeks and the Romans got there, the Egyptians weren't the same Egyptians as who built the original temples. The original Great Pyramids, they're built way better than the later ones. By the time the Greeks and the Romans got there, they were dealing with some lower degenerate level Egyptians, right? They weren't dealing with the ancient ones. The Egyptians 2,000 years ago that's not even ancient Egypt. That's modern Egypt. Because if Egypt's 3,500 years BC or 4,000 years BC, that means Egypt's 6,000 years old, right? If we're talking when the Greeks were there, so the Romans, you're talking 2,000 years ago. So if you split it into three, it's the modern part. Then you've got the part from 2000 BC to 0, when Jesus was alleged to have been born. That's the middle period. And then you've got from Jesus all the way to now. That's the modern period. So everything all the way from 0 to now, especially if you believe the world is 6,000 years old, everything from 0 to now.
12,000.
Okay, everything from 0 to now is modern. Modern. But my point is, Elo is a Canaanite word for Canaanite gods. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm not even going to argue it doesn't say angels. I'm not going to argue that. But we know it means God, and we know that the Canaanites, who the Israelites went into their land from someone else's land. And these lands that they went into had these philosophies already. Now, let's say we could argue that the Israelites gave them their culture. Let's even say that. So what you're saying is the Israelites went
Even before then, I'm actually saying they actually did know the customs, and it's even proven through Canaanite customs of King Nebuchadnezzar and certain things. They did do Hebrew Israelite customs, and they had Semitic people in their captivity.
You're saying that the Canaanites got their information or their knowledge from the Israelites, right?
I'm saying that they copied it from the moon cycles, from everything.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
Right, okay. So if they, and the Egyptians copied their circumcision and their rituals from the Israelites, yeah?
Well, we can.
Well, there wouldn't be Israelites at that point. There would have been, I don't know, whatever the hell they were
Shemitic
called.
people.
Shemitic, there we go, yeah.
And we can see that.
So the
through-
Egyptians copied off them, yeah? Yeah?
Well, they didn't copy of them, but they knew of their forefather Ham. Because
They have a copy that they had similar, they had things that they did the same.
They did similar things at the same, and then due to
Who originated
obviously,
them?
pardon.
Who originated those things that they did the same in Egypt?
Well, actually, when we went through the linguistics that me and you both went to from Google, it says that
That's
like
language. That's not
the
customs.
language, but even through the customs, they do circumcision.
That's
That's
not
something that they
that's
do.
not-
They used to cover their heads. They used to even some of them used to have frills on
Well-
the bottom of the actual
Okay.
the captivity. So even God even said even before then that they used to follow the customs, but now due to the Roman persecution of when Mark Antony went into there, and then we had Alexander.
Well, we
that actually go through, and we even had the Arabic.
would you
um,
accept that during the occupation of Israel by the Babylonians, that the Israelite Jews, whatever you want to call them, well, they were Israelites at that point there because it was the Babylon conquered Israel. Yeah, would you accept that Israel under occupation of Babylon adapted to the rules of Babylon based on the fact that they were conquered by them and they were subjected to them?
Yeah, I would fully agree with that because they had
So
to.
they adopted other people's culture, but they
Well-
were forced to.
Well,
right?
yeah, they was forced to, but then some of them actually came, and that's why we seen that this.
Some of them came. What does that
I
mean?
mean, so some of them actually didn't, but obviously most of them had to because it was in captivity.
Yeah, in secret,
Yeah.
maybe they practiced their own
Mm,
gods,
because-
but
because in
in
captivity.
public they did it to stay alive. So all the
Mm.
way to where the Moors got there and the Crusaders with the Knights Templar, where or even in Spain where they said you must become Christian, otherwise you got to get out. Some of them got out, some of them wanted to stay and died, some of them stayed and hid their religions. Many people around the world have hid their religions just to stay safe in the countries that they're in, right?
Which is true.
So I get that. What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say is that it happened. It could have happened both ways. I'm not going to say it happened one way or another, but it seems strange how. Well, it don't. All right, it seems strange how the Israelites will go to these 3-4 different cultures, and every time they go to these different cultures, they have different attributes that are different things from each other. So circumcision is only the Egyptians practice that. I'm not aware of the Sumerians practicing circumcision. I may be wrong, but if it's only the Egyptians and not the Canaanites and not the Sumerians, and it's only the Egyptians and the Jews that practice that, it seems like a logical explanation that that's where they got that from Egypt. Let's say it wasn't though. Let's say it was the Jews that. So that just means the Egyptians just decided to follow that one attribute of Israel, which could have been the case. From Sumeria, they got the concept of a good and a bad God, right?
Of course, and it's always a God of equal balance. I've got to understand because that's what the way it is.
Well, Egypt had equal balance as well. In fact, all the cultures had equal
even
balance.
when you was talking about yin and yang, we can even talk about like I say, Greek mythology.
But not many
like
places
from
had good and bad
Hades
gods.
and-
But not many cultures had good and bad God. But Sumeria is one of those places that had a good and bad God. Babylonian.
And they even spoke Semitic language, and even there was even part of
The
this
languages are irrelevant. The language is
Mesopotamian, but it was even speaking in the Mesopotamia in the actual time.
The language is irrelevant
Mm.
because, and also hold on, the language is irrelevant because only Sumeria was Semitic, whereas Egypt is supposed to be Hamitic and Canaanite is
Hamitic. So if we look at the definition of Hamitic, what is Hamitic?
What was the
Ham-
point?
so-
Before you digress, what was the point I was going to make?
Sorry. You go. What's your point? What was you gonna
That's
make?
what I'm saying. Let me finish. Let me make the
So,
point. man.
sorry. Yeah, go.
And then I'll be happy to address the point. The point is that out of all these, you had Canaan that was Hamitic, Egypt that was Hamitic, Sumeria that was Semitic, Egypt that was Hamitic. Right? So only one of them was Semitic. So if if the Israelites have borrowed from all these different, let's say 4 different cultures, and only one of the cultures is Semitic, what significance is the fact, is the language going to do with anything? Only one of them was Semitic, yet it had similarities with 4 different cultures that were its own. So I would argue that the language is not as important. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying it's not as important to why it took the philosophies, or they shared the philosophies with Babylonia about good and evil gods, and why it shared the philosophy in Egypt about circumcision and the Holy Trinity, because that's where that seems to be from in Egypt. Yeah, why it borrowed from Canaan, or shared, from with Canaan, the fact they had El and Yahweh. They're Canaanite gods, but you're saying that all right, maybe they got them from Israel. But what Canaan did then is they took El, they took Yahweh. El and Yahweh are different, and it turned them into one, and took all the other gods away, because that's what Canaan had, a council of gods. El was the main king, like I have Zeus is the king of the gods. El was the king of the gods. I think you had Baal as well, and you had all the Baphomet, all them kind of people. Yeah, you had all these different gods and goddesses. Yeah, the Israelites, so the Canaanites have either taken El and Yahweh and turned them into 2 different people, and then created a load of other people as a council. Yeah, so it split them all up, or Israel has gone to Canaan, which we know it did anyway, and it's used their gods, and it's used El and Yahweh, and it's combined those 2. To be fair, the Bible should not be speaking of Yahweh and El. It shouldn't be doing it, or unless the Canaanites are doing it wrong. El is El is in Elohim and El Diablo.
Yeah, El Diablo, and El Diablo is just devil. So
because El in Spanish kind of came to me, and I'm just thinking as I go now. It means the, yeah.
It means the devil, yeah, the devil.
So,
that's why I was
but obviously in Hebrew it means God, yeah. El means God because it was the Canaanite main god, yeah. So my thoughts would be, and then when you put the im in there, then it means gods, yeah. So Allah is, in fact, even in even in Arabic, what does Allah mean? There you go. Al means the, just like El means the, and in the Canaanite it was Elo, and in the Arabic it was Allah. But actually, Allah, the word, didn't come. It's not an Arabic word. It wasn't created by them. It was Syriac, I think it is. Allah, the word is actually Allah. Allah is a Christian. I don't want to get that wrong with a Christian. I think it's a Hebrew word or a Syriac word. So it came before the Arabic. So Allah is what Christians or Israelites used to refer to God before the Muslims refer to it. So so Allah just means the same as El, just means the same as Yahweh. There is no beef when it comes to that. It's just linguistics.
Yeah, which is true. I feel that's why Rastas even say Jehovah, or they even say Jah, you know what I mean, or even Buddhist, Hindus would say Krishna. So I fully understand that.
I like that because it marries. I like things that make sense. When things don't make sense to me, I get all confused and discombobulated and shit. And it starts to throw me off. But when things come together like that, like El, Al, Elo, Allah, Allah, and bearing in mind that the Arabs or the Muslims and the Christians and the Jews, they all share the same God. So it makes more sense, right?
But the Christian Arabs, they say Allah as well.
Yeah.
It's not that name, like you said, it's not Arabic.
It just means God.
It just means God.
Yeah, and because Hebrew and Arabic are sister languages. Hebrew is not the father language, they're brother and sister languages because they have a father and grandfather language, which I explained to be more the Afro-Asiatic languages or more the Egyptian. I think I said.
But that is what Hamos.
I don't know about Hamo-Semitic. I said Afro-Asiatic. It could be. Let's say it's Hamo-Semitic. Hamo-Semitic.
Should we put it on Google?
You can do. You can do if you want.
Come on, I think we should.
You can do it again.
but at the same time, no. But at the same time, no. But let's keep on the point.
Keep
on the point, keep on the
It's a
point.
good point, and it's good
point.
for people to understand that. But it isn't going to make a difference. The main gist of my argument is that there's older cultures that had these names and these gods. And because we were talking about.
But even when we did go
come
to-
off the sex of God, right? And all I was doing was asking, why would God create himself? You're saying him?
Yeah. Yep.
saying
I'm
him, yeah?
definitely
Not
saying him.
Yeah, him.
I'm saying him.
In our world, that's something with penis and testicles, right? A him is someone with a penis and testicles. Yeah. Only in this transgender world. Yeah. Now, a him could be anything. Now a him could be you, right? Because we live in that stupid world.
No, but you know what him is.
No, we do, but in this world that we live in now,
You know what him is.
No, I understand what
they're
it means.
disagreeing.
They disagree.
No, you can't be a school teacher and be talking about your him. If they say I'm a she, but they've got penis and testicles, you have to adhere to that because that's the mad world we live in right now, yeah? But
You can be
in our
anything you want to be in
in
this world.
crazy
See
world,
this
right?
motherfucking crazy
but
world.
we're not crazy. So when we say him,
That's true.
when we say him, he, she, her.
Have you seen RuPaul?
RuPaul?
Have you seen it, RuPaul? Like, have you seen Bruce Jenner?
Even they weren't. Well, even RuPaul weren't saying that. RuPaul was just a gay guy. Bruce Jenner is different. So when we say that, we know we're talking about genitalia, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So when we say that, so why are we talking about genitalia when we're talking about man, but we're not talking about genitalia when we're talking about God?
No, but I'm saying what sexy is. So I'm not
Yeah.
disagreeing.
So you're saying penis and testicles then?
Right. So like,
So why,
yeah.
then why didn't we just go down the different? When I asked you, has God got a penis and testicles? Why didn't you just say yes?
No, but I said that it's God, but it's a him. I don't even know
I'm
why.
gonna
I
ask you
don't
one more
even know
time.
why the
I'm gonna ask you one more
genitalia is a point if you've already determined. Yeah,
Because I
that
don't
it's
think
a
God's got
male.
genitalia. That's why I wanted to move on to that. I'm asking one more time. Does Yahweh, the God that you see as the ultimate God of everything, does it have a penis and testicles?
But yes.
Yes, right?
But even though I don't know why. I don't know why
Okay.
you're talking about
Next
this.
question.
It's
He said
scary,
yes.
man.
He said, huh?
Yeah, I know.
He
but
said yes now. He said no before. That's why we. That's
I
why
never said no before. I already determined.
So then, when I was saying that a man he has penis and testicles, that's what we mean by it. You should have just rolled with that and says yeah or no. We would have never have gone where we went if he didn't just says yeah or no, right? But now we're saying yeah or no.
His answer wasn't straight enough for you, is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's not only was it not straight enough, it was contrary to where the thought pattern was going. But
It was nothing
let's say that's my
contrary
mistake.
of the actual pattern of where it went.
let's say that was my
just
mistake.
say,
Let's say that
and
was
I'm
my
not to
mistake.
say, and I'm not to be
Let's say that was my
disrespectful.
mistake.
You was just repeating the same question over and over. I answered your question, and then you was trying to clarify it. Then you was trying to go on like you had a point, but then I was like, hey, but then you digressed to another thing. Then you went repeating
How did
back
you
to
answer
the
it?
same question.
You answered it as yes, God has the dick and balls.
I kept on repeating that it was a him. I even went on a different
No.
subject and started talking about
you said
males
that.
and
I know you said
and
that. But when I tried
But
to connect,
it's all right.
I tried to connect a he with a penis and testicles. That's all I tried to do. I've been trying to do that for the last 40 minutes.
But why? If I already told you,
No. I wanted you to say whether a man. Well, for number one, you said it's not a man.
no.
This is where I was confused. God's not a man, right?
No, you can't put him on the same level as man, but
I agree with you.
That's
So we're not saying God's a man. We're saying God's a he.
disrespectful.
We're saying God's a he.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying this.
And a he has a penis and testicles, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if a he has a penis and testicles, now we can get to the point of what I'm asking, what I wanted to ask in the first place. What does God use his penis and testicles for? It's a great question. You can laugh, but that's a fantastic question. We know what our penis and testicles are for. We know that.
God. Oh, all right then. You know, because
I just want to know.
let me just entertain that thought process. Okay. If you was God and you got penis and testicles and you are God, you can make any woman you like. So, why would that be an issue of the multitude of We could talk about pestilence. We could even talk about
Stick
even
on subject.
We can even
Wait,
keep
stay
on
on
talking about-
subject. Because I didn't say it was wrong or right. He's talking about issues. I didn't say anything about issues. All I asked was, what does God use his penis and testicles for? There's no wrong or right. I haven't even made that assumption yet.
I know, but
Please just tell me what God's penis and testicles
Oh
are for.
my.
Don't tell me it can create women. It would have to. So it creates women to bang. Does it create women to bang?
No, but if you're
What's
God,
it for?
yeah.
Just tell me what it's for. Tell me what the penis and testicles are for.
No. The question is that the one question is what I've got to ask is, Nathan, what is your fascination with the balls and testicles of God?
I will answer your question because I'm.
That's the one.
I'll answer your question because I'm
Why?
straight
Why?
When you finish
Why?
asking it.
Please.
When you finish asking it, I'll answer it.
Please, and I go have a drink
the
for
question.
I go have a no. I've already answered. Can you please answer me that because you're scaring me now, Nate.
Easy. Number one, the reason why
I didn't see it like that.
Number one, the reason why we've been talking about it for about 40 minutes is because you refuse to just answer it simply. Number two, so that's why it seems to have gone on for so long. Number two, the reason why I made this point is because I made it in my book, which is where I'm talking because we at the moment we live in a man's world. We live in a male-dominated world where we can see a history of men and women used to be referred to as gods, and now in Western culture, they took the woman out, we can see it, and now it's just man. We can see it. Yeah? We see it in Islam, we see it in Christianity, yeah? But before these cultures, you see men and women, yin and yang. That's what yin and yang is, right? So we see a connection with male and female in the past, but a disconnection in current. So what I'm trying to do is every time I listen to Christians and Muslims and Jews, I hear them say he this and he that, right? And I hear them ban women from being priests and banning them from the church, or you're gonna pray behind. Yet I know the Gospel of Mary talks about how Mary was one, and I'm not saying it's true or not, but there's a Gospel of Mary that exists, right? From I think the 3rd century AD, that talks about Mary was the main disciple left in charge. Now, my understanding, Mary wasn't even a disciple. But there's a gospel called Gospel of Mary, which says she was a disciple. Not only a disciple, she was the main one that Jesus left in charge. And I don't even believe that Jesus existed. Yeah? But this gospel is talking about Jesus left Mary in charge.
And which gospel is that one?
I just said the Gospel of Mary.
Okay. So that's
Google
the
that. Google that.
No. But I haven't read the Gospel of Mary, so
I believe that.
I can't even elaborate.
But if
on
that is true,
but I can talk about Esther though in the Bible though.
Okay.
And so that's a woman actually, point of view, and I can understand where you're seeing that some women are subjected. But we're talking about in the world now where we've got Hillary Clinton, where we can do when we've got future, we've got millionaires and billionaires that own. We got that own CEO businesses and corporations and are in power and everything. We've got some women that's in military defense and having power.
So what's your point?
So even though you're talking about
you saying
that,
women haven't been discriminated against in the West? Is that your point?
no, I'm not saying that
Because today they have power.
there's
If we was in a different line of subject matter, you would agree that white men have disrespected and discriminated against their women. You would agree with me, but only because I'm talking in religion now and Christianity that you're even talking in this way. We know that European men have discriminated against their women. It's been argued that African men didn't do it in that way. Some did.
you can't even do it in biblically though.
What do you mean you can't do it in the
You
Bible?
don't think that you can't you can't even shout at your woman or even talk evil of your woman to other people biblically. You can't even in biblically, even though
I'm not making that argument. I'm not making that argument.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm just saying that
you've got to treat her tenderly. You've got to even respect her in the highest form. No
I'm only saying
adultery.
in European culture. I'm just saying in
Right.
European culture.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Women are more disrespected. Not only that, you have a trinity that doesn't include women, right? Not only that, the man is the head of the household and is above the woman.
But that's Christian. Yeah, but that's Christian.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Christian and European culture.
And
I'm not
also
talking about you. I'm talking about Christian and European culture.
but also Hebrew as well. But we
No,
can't, but we
because I'm
can't-
showing you that this Hebrew, it's actually Coptic. Actually, to be fair, there's but Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were also Coptic, right?
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
really-
yeah.
Oh, is it Greek? Is it Coptic or Greek? One of them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, yeah.
so Coptic or Greek, whatever it was, they're written and they're not discriminatory of women. So, and I'm not saying this is you. This is the Christian church. I know you're not Christian. So at the moment, there's a debate about whether they should make women priests, right? But
They've
all
already
it-
made that though in the Christian
they
church.
kind of did. But why is it? But this is 2000 and whatever it is, right? They have the Gospel of Mary from a long time that states she was the most important disciple at times, right? So you look at that. If that was included, so we know that's what we know why that. We know that that's why it wasn't included in the Bible. Remember, the Bible means the finished collection. Look, this is the Bible.
bibliosis
This is
of
the
our
Bible.
stories.
These 3 books is the Bible. Yeah. See this book that's also as important as these 3. This isn't the Bible. This isn't the Bible, right? And this ain't the Bible, and that ain't the Bible. Yeah. But those 3 are the Bible. Because Bible just means the books that I put together, that I say are all together. But yet all of them, they're all as important as each other, right? We know, you know, 'cause I know it's...
but ain't they all referring to the Bible though?
No, Bible means... Biblios means a collection of books.
Yeah, I know it means, and I've already said this
So
many
they're not
times.
all
But
refer- so they're-
but
how's
don't,
that?
what does
So
them collection
those
of
are
books?
referring to them.
But what does them collection? But the Jew and the Negro. What are they predicating to?
What are they predicating to?
Well, what are
Talking
most of them?
literally.
Most
I'm using these metaphorically to be like, this is the gospel of Mary, this is the gospel of Thomas. They're not in the Bible. This is the Maccabees. They're not in the Bible.
In the Bible.
Sorry,
They haven't been included in the
that's my point. This is the Bible. This is Matthew, Mark, Luke. Yeah, let's put this in John. These are the canonical Bibles. You know what canonical means?
Yeah.
Fucking Catholic.
Catholic,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is their version of how we should read the books. They left these out. What I'm saying to you is, I'm not even Christian and believe these are the word of God, and I believe that these are just as important as them. They should all be put there, all like this. Make a new Bible. It's got everything in there. Yeah, because Bible just means a collection of books. In my book that I've wrote, at the back of it, you have a bibliography. Yeah, it just means all the books that I use to accumulate that information to get to my perspective where I'm at the moment. Yeah. So why are we including these books? Why are we leaving them out?
Because at the end of the day, he cannot ever go against future prophecies. These are things that are written 3,000 years, and it talks about putting the chips.
Have you read them?
These
Have you
are
read these books that are outside the Bible?
Yeah, I have, and every single one of them, in a different way, are talking about the Bible. How all the history.
Bible's not a
Let's
book.
go. Yeah, but it's even a who. Is it? Yes, it
Bible's
is.
not a book.
Because even in it, it's got market strategies. It's even got how we even use the laws and
Anton,
constitutions
Anton,
of today.
Anton, you've missed the point.
No, wait. No. I haven't missed the point. Because at the end of the day, you're saying that it's a collection of book. Because even it references to names, it takes us to dates, it even tells you about
That's
the
not the
winter
Bible.
solace.
That's the Gospels. That's not the Bible.
This is
It's
this.
the Gospels.
This is. I'm telling you what's in
Yeah,
this.
That's a
and this is
collection.
where I'm keeping
Anton,
to.
It's not one book. It's a collection of Gospels.
It's a collection of gospels
Yeah.
that are talking about prophecies, marketing strategies, how a nation should look after its women, how it should look after your children. It talks about the stories of why, the reason, the way you got to there. It has genealogy in it. This is the thing what they even use
why should that be
for
separate to that?
genealogy. No, wait. Don't we use archaeologist finds for this? Don't we make them laws and times even for this? Christopher Columbus even used the Bible as this for even to go out and go in to do different things. But even the Bible even changed the Catholics that went on from a Greek mythology to even go to Roman Catholic, to go to the cross, to turn him even to a Catholic. So this is what I've got to even say. Most books from let's just even go to, when we even go to maths, when we go to even Isaac Newton, he used the Mosaic maths to even learn calculus. So this because the calculus of that, because end of the day, it's not just. It's going perfect. What I'm saying. You're just saying it's just a collection of books. And then, you just said you just said.
I didn't say just. I'm asking
The Bible
why
means
are
a
they not
collection
connected?
of books.
I'm saying, why do not
Well,
connect? He's not answering the question.
Wait, I'm telling you.
Why are they not all together? Why are you taking this collection and you're not adding the rest? This is like half of a book. Where's the rest of them? And you know that because he would say the Maccabees as a what's the Apocrypha? Right?
Yeah, the Apocrypha's been
Right?
taken out. Yes,
Right.
you're from the Jewish people. Yeah.
So when it comes to those, he would agree with me. What I'm saying to you is, why didn't they include all the books? All of them. This is a biblios, right? Stop looking at the word Bible. Understand what the word Bible means. It just means Bible. It just means collection. So what? So, and you know what it means? You might as well put. And I don't want to make it about race, right? But it's the modern European version, right? AKA white version, right? Why are you listening to the white version when you could go straight back? All of them were from Egypt, you know.
Okay.
You know Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Okay.
You know they were all Egyptian.
Okay.
They were all found in Egypt. All of them. Yeah? All of them. Including the Gnostic.
Let's kill it.
So
it
why
was
not-
all made from a white person. So you see
That's
one
not
of
what
your.
I'm saying.
No, wait.
That's not
You
what
just
I'm
said
saying.
it was from a.
No,
Hold it.
No, I
Hold
said
it.
it's their collection.
Hold it.
They decided what went in.
Hold it.
They weren't made in Europe.
Hold it. So you see this great book, what you just used. Now this is called the Memoirs of the Secret Service of John
That's
Mackey.
an analogy. I'm not using that.
Wait. The same person that you're saying that was Eurocentric that we're not using these books for. This was King William and Anne Great, and we use King George, and we can use the famous one, King James. Yeah, so the same books that you're talking about, talk about the actual king. And what colour was he? He didn't even come from this even land. So one minute, the same monarch.
I'm
And
not talking about this book. I'm using it as an analogy for
Matthew,
Mark, Luke, and John. I'm not talking about the Western Scotland. It's an analogy. I'm not talking about these books. This is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They're not actually the Negro, the Jew and Negro.
But-
I'm not saying that. So Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So white people took this book, these books, all of these many books, and they gave us those four, and they left these ones out. What I'm saying to you is, since we would regard them, especially the Hebrew Israelites, we regard these people as our enemy, right? Why don't we? You say that the Maccabees and the Apocrypha shouldn't be taken out; it should be included, right?
Of course.
Right. So what I'm saying to you is, what about these? What about the other ones that were in the other Gospels? Should they be included? That's what I'm asking you. And you're going on and talking about some other stuff.
Of course, all the Gospels should be included,
Thank you. That was
but
quite big.
at the same time, we cannot even clarify from them Gospels because they haven't got any original manuscripts. None of them. None of them have got
Are you
any
saying the
original
gospel- are you saying
manuscript.
the gospel-
None of them have been clarified, and any one of them, that we've even got, didn't even say that we've got that. It can't be. It can't be. And I'm sorry to say, even when you see the Book of Enoch, and even when you get to other things, there is no manuscript that we can even find that would even get it and do it that would even be good. We read Josephus, and we can't take all the full things because we already know what happened, what Josephus even put. And we put the Maccabees of Thomas, and we put even the Torah within itself. And we even put in with that. But the thing is, even the Bible itself has been even manipulated. It's got Easter in it. But the same thing is, look how many times they changed it and we can still find our heritage within it. That is the funniest thing. Come on, say it's a full book or it hasn't been changed.
Look, that's the original text now. Yeah, that's the original text. A lot is missing, but that's...
And where is it
380
from?
that. Hold on, then I'm going to give you the Gospel of Thomas. See, here's the thing. You've already agreed, or you've already admitted, you haven't checked them out. So if you haven't checked them out, what you should say is, you know what, I'm not aware of them. I'm going to have to check them out and come back to you.
But
What
you can't
just said
clarify
now
that.
is, hey, they ain't original. You've made a lot
You
of
can't
assumptions.
though. You can't even take that. You can't even take that. You can't even take that. You can't even take that even as it even go covenant of a thing.
Gospel of Thomas. And then I'm going to show you what way you may have applied, but if it is real, you're kind of, oh, what the hell? What do you think? Oh, hold on. Gospel of Thomas. one, and this one, the main point of this text is to say, let's have a look, I'll read it. Gospel of Thomas. Also the Coptic Gospel, yeah. So we're talking about African Egyptian. Gospel of Thomas is an extra canonical. Also, they even accept it as a canonical. Canonical just means fucking papal, yeah. So they even accept it as part of their shit. And they say it was discovered there, Egypt, yeah, in December 1945, where none of these books were found. Also, there is Hamadi Library. Scholars speculate that the works were buried in response to a letter, in response to a letter from Bishop Athanasius. You do know who he is, right?
No, who is
Okay.
Athanasius?
He's a very important dude, declaring a strict canon on Christian scripture. Now let me explain who this dude is, right? On a quick thing. Athanasius is a bit, you know about the Nicene Council, right? Nicene Council.
Yeah.
Nicene. He was invited there to take the scriptures. Let me go back to the camera. And there's one more I need to type in, which is going to be phenomenal. And this one, that one that's going to be phenomenal, yeah, we don't know whether we can prove it or not. But anyway, so this guy, Athanasius, when he was holding the Council of Nicaea, this is the Romans where Christianity's got, or not the Bible, because there was never a Bible at this point. Because the Bible only existed when they put them together.
No, but then we got to go to the Greek lexicon and the Greek Septuagint as well, because they did try to even interpret
It was only the Pentateuch. Which was the
the
Old Testament.
Pentateuch. The
Old
Pentateuch
Testament.
was it. There was always the Old Testament. That's the one on what is the Pentateuch? Isn't it of Moses?
The New Testament. That's the Old
It's
Testament.
not. That's the Old
Thank you.
Testament.
So there was no New
It's
Testament at this
ultimate.
point. Because they hadn't been put together yet. There was no biblios. There was no collection of books. There was many books. Look, if I go into the Nag Hammadi, yeah, it's going to explain that there was many gospels.
No, and I agree that because many books have been taken out.
Right. So there's many gospels.
They have.
Right.
They have.
So who decided what order they went in? And we know that the Council of Nicaea is a council to decide how they compiled and who gets which ones make the biblios. They created the biblios. You
Yeah.
know this already.
Yeah.
So if you know this, what are you arguing for?
No, but at the end of the day, that's the right. I know that they've changed and they've manipulated and they've done certain different things. Even the Bible itself isn't in chronological order because
Even the Bible itself.
because
it's
even
not
the Bible, I'm trying to talk and I'm trying to basically even go on to your point, like, because I already know the Bible is not even ordered, and I know how many books have been. There's about 700. There's a whole lot of books, but even the Apocrypha is not even included with the most Bible now.
Okay.
And I can understand that
So
fully.
it's not using Bible
But
anymore, 'cause we know
no,
Bible's just their version.
but
It's their version. It's not our version.
but even though you say it's not our version, there is so much things that predicate to our history,
I'm not
and we
saying-
can even find that through looking at through different
Okay,
books
so-
and different things. But wait. So let me finish.
So I'm not saying what you're
let
saying,
me
I'm saying.
finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. Because I already know when you're saying about the
I agree with you.
correlation on the books here, but I already know that there isn't the right order of book, because even in Psalms 78, the it's saying that it's the end of Psalms, and some of them weren't even written by David, and then like they get in the Psalm pages wrong, and like, you know what I mean, and certain things, and even they got Easter in the Bible.
That's not my point.
But wait.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
And there's been obviously misinterpretations of adding of words. They've been changing some words. That's why we even got different Bibles from
Interpretations,
and
yeah.
interpretations
I agree with you.
and
That's
different.
not my point. It's not my point.
But how's that?
That's not my point.
But wait. What? Oh, okay.
That's not my
Okay. Whatever.
That's thrown you on it.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking. Because
That's not-
I already know that, but my
It's
whole
not my
point
about
is
the order. The order is not my point.
no. But I'm agreeing with you that there's been misinterpretation. But I'm telling you that even though there's many of these interpretations and people that's even tried to manipulate and to try and change us from us actually knowing our history and knowing that we're not the Jews or anything, there is still indications of the Bible. Now, when I'm saying that the Bible, wait. But it's not a copy. But you're just going on like it's just a collection of stories.
No.
There's more than
that's
just
what you're
stories,
saying.
because these
I'm not
stories
saying the Gospels
are historical
I'm
events.
not saying that these are real.
They are
I didn't say that
prophecies.
they're not real.
the
I didn't say they're
prophecies.
not real.
Even if you want to go to Moses,
Strawman argument.
you can
Strawman
go to
argument.
Amon
Strawman
Moses
argument.
and
Strawman
Kakatsusis.
argument.
You've got Julius Caesar in there. You've got
I'm not
Titus in
arguing
there.
that.
You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
not even saying that.
so even when you're saying that, okay, these are actually events that you can even relate
You carry
to
on arguing something I'm not arguing.
with war.
You carry on arguing something I'm not even arguing.
So where's your point then? So because you talk about it's just a collection of books and then like so
No,
even though I
no,
know like
it's their collection of what they decided should go in there. I'm not even saying whether they're genuine or not. That's not my concern.
No.
At this point, I'm not bothered. They're all original gospels. They all have stories to tell. And my concern at this point is not whether what's real and what's not real. That's not my concern. My concern is they decided which ones of those books you was gonna get or we was all gonna get.
yeah, and look what they put, and they still gave us Christianity,
No.
and it's got nothing to do with the doctrine.
Well-
They gave us Jehovah's Witness. We read it; it's got nothing to do with it. And the funniest thing is, they've manipulated. They've had so many centuries to actually change the book, but then we can still find our history in it. We can even find in archaeology archaeology facts. They even find in coins.
Agreed.
They even find that.
Agreed.
That even reference to that.
Agreed. They haven't changed the whole thing. So what?
So no, but that's the whole thing about it.
No, it's not the whole thing about it.
Why is the big manipulation of this whole thing of us reading this one book? It's like it's been a whole facade.
I agree
like,
with you.
Look at our kings that we've
It's a
actually
different
put.
point. It's a different point, and I agree with you.
I know.
Why have
I know.
they stopped us from learning this book? I agree with you. It's not even the point I'm making. That's why I agree with you. Why have they stopped us from reading these books? Because it's got things in there that are important to us. I get you.
Right, and the main thing.
You're actually making my point. Why haven't they shown us all of them? So go to the books that you don't know about, that I'm telling you about. Go read them, because you will probably know more than me how significant they are. Rather than denying the Gospel of Mary and the Gospel of Thomas.
No,
Right?
I
From your
don't
perspective
deny
as a
it.
Hebrew Israelite, you could help me to understand what these extra Gospels mean. Right?
No, but I haven't
why
seen
are you
them.
talking like they're not genuine for? Why would you say that?
Because we have to wait until we
No,
actually
they're
see.
there. Go and check 'em
until
out.
the
No,
time.
they're there. They've been,
You know the time.
no, what did it say? What did it say?
And I agree with you. And I agree with you.
Yo, they've been around since before we've been born. So me and you could not say, what was it you just said? That we have to wait and see what? They've been around from 1945, probably before we was born. As soon as we discovered they had been around, now it's your job, because I've done it. It's your job now to look at these Gospels and work out, why did they keep them out? You said it with the Apocrypha, I'm with you, big fist all the way. You said it about the Maccabees, I'm with you, big fist all the way.
No, but I'm saying it with all the books. But at the end of the day, because
I'm saying it with all the books.
No.
You're saying, well, they might not be genuine. Go check them out then.
no, but I'm not saying not to go read them. But I'm saying that you're gonna have to take and interpretate certain things from it and take the knowledge what you're gonna need from it. Because end of the day,
They're in the original script.
even with the Bible.
Yo,
I can even say that with the Bible, because end of the day, we know that the interpretation of it, like I said, it's got Easter in it. And Easter's not even a part. We all know that that's a deity, what they used to do for a sexual organ, for the eggs, you know what I mean, for a woman deity. Fertility, you know, I'm not about to get into. So,
keep going. Keep going.
and it's also got Roman names from even Revelations, because that one's supposed to be Hebraic and certain things. But from this still, we can still find what we need to do. Now, I know that we can have to read different information, because that's what I do. You have to find different information to collaborate with what you're saying, but we just need to take on what it's actually saying, what it's interpreting, and what it's actually doing, and take the right thing, because it's true. Because we've got metaphorical text and we have parables, what we're gonna have to actually decipher for ourselves as well, and only if you're part of really truly try to seeking the truth and have the proper spirit with it.
Now this one, Anton. This one is more skepticism on, and I can't say necessarily whether, because people really don't like this one, and the title explains why they don't like this one. But I'm not even going to say this one's real or not. What I'm saying is there's some documentation that describes itself as that, which is for the benefit of the podcast, the gospel of Jesus' wife. Right? Whether it was made up or not, I don't know. But it's interesting. So the other two, we found the documents. We've dated the documents to 3rd century, 4th century AD. This one, I'm not even going to say it could be a fake. More likely, maybe a fake. But I just like the way people respond to it, because it's almost like when certain people respond to, no, we could never have that. That's them misogynistic motherfuckers again. Because if you check out the Gospel of Mary, in fact, 1 second. Because we read the Gospel of... No, we didn't read the Gospel of Thomas. We just read the origins. So hold on. Can we get a brief description of the Gospel of Mary? Right? Because I was telling you about how she was one of the most important disciples. Now, we don't even have any women as the disciples as far as... that's what I got when I used to go to Christian classes. Now, I'm not saying you're Christian.
No.
Right? But I've never heard any Hebrew Israelite tell me either, because Hebrew Israelites, as far as I'm concerned, say that women can't teach. And what this is about to say, forgive me if I'm wrong, but this is about to say what? Okay, they say 5th century, right? But there's controversy in the dates. Which Mary, history, contents. Let's look at the contents. The Gospel of Mary is contained the Berlin Codex. I don't know what that's got to do with Berlin. It is missing 6 manuscript pages, so there's a bag of it missing at the beginning of the document, and 4 manuscript pages in the middle. As such, as narratives begins in the middle of a scene, leaving and setting the circumstances unclear. King believes, however, that references to the death of the Saviour and the commissioning seen later in the narrative indicate the settling in the first section of the text is a post-resurrection appearance of the Saviour. Now let me get to the point where okay, so
can we get the picture of the Saviour? Of the Saviour?
I just want to get a gist of what the Gospel's saying. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, but I just want to see, because when it's dramatic, that's always...
So Mary speaks up with words of comfort and encouragement. Then Peter asks Mary to share them with any special teaching she received from the Saviour, that she received from Jesus, right? Peter said to Mary, sister, we know that the Saviour loved you more than the rest of the women, okay? Not than the men, but the rest of the women. Tell us the words of the Saviour, which you remember, which you know, so this is after he's gone. But we do not, nor have we heard them. So tell us the things he said to you, not to us. Mary responds to Peter's request by recounting the conversation she had with Jesus. Yeah? So she says, I saw the Lord in a vision, and I said to him, Lord, I saw you today in a vision. He answered and said to me, blessed are you that you did not waver at the sight of me, for where the mind is, there is treasure. I said to him, so now, Lord, does a person who sees a vision see it through the soul or through the spirit? Right? In the conversation, the Saviour teaches that the inner self is composed of the soul, spirit, mind, and third mind that is between the two, which sees the vision. Now, this is interesting stuff as far as I don't even believe this stuff. This sounds so interesting to me that I want to investigate. Like, this sounds like some Buddhist business, right? Maybe that's where the Buddhists got it from. The text breaks off, and the next 4 pages are missing. I wonder why must have made them go missing. When the narrative resumes, Mary is no longer recalling their discussion with the Saviour. She is instead recounting the revelation given to her in the vision. The revelation describes an ascent of the soul which passes.
If this was the part about Peter, my guy's wife,
This isn't the Gospel of Jesus' wife, which is this. This is the Gospel of Mary. Yeah? This is the Gospel of Mary. This is proven to be real. The other one isn't necessarily. So the gist of it, I was trying to get to what the point of the Gospel was. The gist of it was, to my understanding, what I've read, and you may read something different once you've researched it, but she was so dear to Jesus Christ. It wasn't just what they referred to as the other 12 disciples. It's even argued that the Last Supper, the one that's sitting next to him is Mary Magdalene, right? And she wasn't a whore and all this kind of dumb shit. That's what these white Europeans, it's not a race thing. It's what this Catholic Church made her into, because they didn't like women, right?
like little boys that they used to get
They're
powerful.
like
and
little
it's
boys and
little
stuff,
boys
right?
and
Nasty,
little boys and
right?
everything.
So I have to look at it as all the other cultures before then, including our cultures, they we all respect women. Now, and apparently,
We women are fully agree with that.
and apparently, so did your/our savior, right?
And he did.
Right?
He did. He loved you.
To the point where he gave her, entrusted her with knowledge that he didn't trust anybody else with, and left her in charge. To where, what's his name? Who was the guy? One guy got jealous about the fact that he left her in charge one time. Oh God! Don't even bring me into Sophia.
Not in the
Don't even bring me into
James or anything
Sophia.
else. That's another scripture I have to read for myself, and I'm not even gonna.
Anyway, so the point is, there's things that you need to check out that would be. I'd love to know your opinion of this stuff. I'd love it, but at the moment you can't make it, so
No.
you shouldn't say anything about it yet. Not yet.
No, because like I said, it's not like I said. I just don't.
Yes, you did. You said it. It might not be genuine, or you
might
don't
not
think
be
it's genuine.
and that's all
But
I'm
it might be
saying.
genuine as well. It's 50-50.
But it doesn't mean I'm not. I never said I'm not gonna read it.
No,
I
but
said
there's no
I-
point in saying anything. What you know what you
No,
should say is,
no.
I reserve judgment until I've read it. That's what you should say.
No, but that's what I. Just
You're on
said.
cam. You're on cam.
Yeah, and they
So
get
whatever you
on
did say is there,
No,
right?
no, yeah,
And it was very discouraging. I can't quote you. It was very discouraging, Anton. Hold on.
That's not very discouraging.
It was
at all,
very
because-
discouraging.
because
The gospel-
End of the day, I'm sorry, from what the codex of what I'm reading, and just because it was one book that they now have actually discovered from just saying now, there's too much. I'm sorry, yeah. There's too much that what we've been predicated and what you've done, yeah, and like what it's actually saying, that's just ain't flowing out.
Okay. Now you got the Gospel of Thomas, yeah? Gospel of Thomas, the gist of what I got from that, although it's probably saying a lot more, this is why I'd love for you to read it so you can give me your opinion. But in my opinion, how it's broken down to me, is that this book was talking about how you should have, how does the Gospel of Thomas portray Jesus? It was saying that, why was the book of Mary removed from the Bible? And when when they're using the Bible in that term, they mean biblios. Why was the Gospel of Mary removed from the biblios? Because Bible's the English name, biblios. Why was it moved from the collection of books? It's not a book; it's a collection of books. This should never be. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm just clarifying. This is never one book. Never one book.
Of history.
This is
and
many
prophecies.
books. But the problem people take is that they think.
That's followed through, talking about nuclear war fusion, talking about things that's actually came about, Willa Solaces, talking about the dates and times.
You're talking about what's in there. I'm not talking about what's in there. I'm not talking about what's in there.
What we've used, laws and everything. Yeah,
That's neither here nor there.
But I agree with you. There's been books taken out,
Yeah.
and like, yeah.
So it's your
you
job.
read it.
Yo, Dan, you're the Hebrew Israelite. You're the one that's supposed to be dealing with this.
No, but I never said I've read everything. But I even agreed with you on
No, I know have I. But what I'm saying to you is, this is no, how do I term it? It's of more interest to you than it is to me. Well, apparently not. I'm very interested in this stuff. But I don't know.
How is it not apparently? If I've never said, if I've never
Because I
dismissed it.
can't see how you've never come across or ever heard of this stuff about
No, but
books being removed, but yet you haven't sought to reveal what they are.
No, but I have read some. But I've
Yeah,
never
some,
said-
but not all. For example, if I
But why would I say that?
listen,
I've read all?
if I believe that God wrote a book,
Have you
I
read
don't
everything?
believe in
Wait,
God
wait,
like
wait. Have you read everything in knowledge?
no.
Right. Because I never said I'm all knowing of all that, but I'm saying I even agreed with you on.
Nor
that.
did I. I didn't say you said that either.
Yeah, I know, but I said I've already agreed with you on certain things about knowledge. But then, yeah, until you've actually read every single book
Yeah.
of that, that's why I can't give you an opinion on that.
I'm not saying that you can give me an opinion. I'm saying that I don't know
Or
why.
you're saying
I'm
that-
saying I don't know
you're
why.
saying already dismiss
Listen
it.
to what I'm saying. And don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't know why why I know more about these things than you. That's what I'm trying to say. Because this is of more interest to you than it is to me. But I say that and then I have to take it back because obviously it isn't. It's more interesting to me than it is to you. I just don't believe it. Well, do I not believe it? You see, when it comes to the Gnostic Gospels, they're so profound in what they say. It seems they seem to go more with what I understand of the world, which is more of a spiritual kind of thing. It's less the Roman type, because the Gospel of Thomas talks about you don't need priests. The basic gist of what he's saying is you don't need no priests, no bishops, no vicars. You have a direct relationship with God. See, me as a non-religious person who doesn't really believe in a God that gets angry, so I'm with that. So that's why I can't say I'm not into this thing, because it's shit like this that brings me straight back, right? And it's a pity. It's just a pity that my peoples, them, my Hebrew Israelites, my Christians, my Muslims, don't know this stuff. It's a pity, because this is the thing that keeps me holding on. I'm not completely away from the Biblios. I'm not completely away from it. What I'm away from is their version of the Biblios. They gave me these books here. I'm not throwing them away. I'm just saying I want to know what all of them say. Give me all of them. Give me the original languages and let me see how they all deal with each other. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not interested, because when you start to look at them in their original languages, when you start to look at them in their original state, and when you start to look at the whole collection of them, you start to realize they're more in tune with what I'm saying. They ain't saying that God's some dude that gets angry and shit and starts blowing up the world. They're saying that God is, like, for example, have you ever heard of Jesus saying that we are all his children and sons and daughters? It wasn't just Jesus Christ. I think that was the gospel of Jesus. Check that one, gospel of Jesus. Can you imagine how that's not even known? The gospel of Jesus. And nobody knows about the gospel of Jesus. Why would that be? So if you've got a gospel of Jesus who's talking about, I think he said that in one of the other books now, that we are all.
He even says that in the book, we are all.
I know.
One nation.
That's what I mean. Well, no. Apparently, Jesus says that we are all the children of God, not just him. We're all the children of God. And that's what God.
There's only one nation. Yeah, but he said that in the Bible.
I don't know about one nation, and you may be right. I'm not arguing with that. All I'm saying to you is the point is Jesus was saying he wasn't special. He wasn't. He said he wasn't even special.
You know what? Let's keep
That's
it
in line with what I'm saying.
No, but let's just put it in the world how it is today.
Yeah.
If there wasn't a certain entity or certain process, why did the sun go up at a certain time? Why does yeah? Wait. Why does the world run how the process of how it is? Because we can say that it goes in a certain way, but when we actually look at the way how the world is run, why do we have natural tornadoes? Why do we have certain people predicated and go into a different thing? Why do we have a certain power on this earth that always something that we always believe? Why does everything have a process if there wasn't even in a time or even in a space or something that's not even in creation?
I feel this is a strawman argument coming. I feel that you're saying that I'm trying to say these things when I'm not trying to say any of them. So who are you arguing against when you say that?